I was wrong about networking for a long time. A long time, actually. And I mean, it's not like for no reason. I had a pretty, maybe kind of special upbringing, I guess you could say. I was kind of the ghost of my school, college, education system, institution from day one, pretty much, except like from start to fourth grade ish, where I had some sort of social life. But for the most part, I generally didn't interact with people too much. And that obviously carried over when I decided that I wanted to start a business, start interacting with people, trying to get an offer across, and trying to make money off of it, which in hindsight turned out to be not exactly the most smart decision when it comes to starting a business, because for a business you need people, and I was kind of trying to do the business part without the people part. And I think what was especially deceptive about it is that I was actually decently successful for a while without ever having to delve into that part or ever really put much effort towards it. And that was because I generally had the basics down of how to appeal to someone, how to serve someone's interest, how to write a message and curate it so that it tries to genuinely help them out. So when you take that idea and you incorporate it into your cold emails, your cold outreaches, your whatever it is that you do, and you lead with value by sending them a sample, giving them tips on their work, trying to genuinely put advice on how they could improve in a specific part that you happen to have some expertise in, that turns out to work pretty well even if you don't like create a prior business relationship with them. And because that whole approach worked significantly well, at least relatively, because everything is relative. For me, making a few $1,000s without having to resort to that method is significant enough. And so, I thought that I just didn't need it. Why would I use it? I'm already getting results and I'm already making decent headway without it, so it should be fine. Plus, hey, if I was already getting the social proof, if I was already becoming better at pitching myself towards possible prospects, and if things were going smoothly enough, then why would I bother with it? And that's all fine and dandy until you run into some business tutorials online of seeing how you could grow, how you could expand, and you're feeling yourself in a rut and you're not sure of what direction you're supposed to go in next and what avenues you have available to you so you could grow and expand more, leading me to start watching content and reading about it from other business creators online, whether that's Dan Coe or Charlie Bennett, JK Molina, a whole type of business people that are present on a lot of social medias. Then you start to get into the idea of everyone is recommending networking, everybody is saying that you should make friends, it's good for you, for some reason that I didn't understand. Because, like, yeah, if that number of fairly credible people are saying it, then there has to be some sort of merit behind it, or some foundation under it that makes it a worthwhile thing to put your efforts and investment of time towards. And spending some time with that concept, I have identified that there is some useful benefit towards it. Even if you are more of an introvert, kind of keep to yourself, I don't really see much in people in general, so why would I bother with that kind of person? To be fair, I'm kind of basing a lot of this from the most recent Dan Coe long form videos like the Non-Needy Networking Guide and How to Build an Audience with Zero Followers, because in my business I get a lot of my revenue and most of my clients from X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. So I thought that I should be investing more towards that area and seeing how I could land better, bigger, higher clients in that space. And it's not like I never believed in it, but my approach kind of slowly, naturally evolved over time. It went from completely cold, spammy, template, unoriginal, untailored outreach messages spammed to a whole bunch of people towards being more specific, more tailored research based on their own interests, goals, ideals, wants, etc., etc. Then I'm now trying to slowly move into a more relationship based kind of style of like genuinely interacting with them, with their timeline, with their posts, seeing what they are building, how I can apply my own skills to that and charge a price based off of it, that sort of thing. But to help in doing all of that, I needed to actually build some sort of Twitter presence because 175 followers is not horrible, but it's not exactly great. It doesn't allow me a lot of reach exactly. And I think that somewhere around 1,000 you have at least somewhat decent reach that you could get inbound clients from, and I'm trying to build out more the whole internally based inbound content system to get leads and to get more people seeing your eyes, seeing your stuff, putting eyes on your traffic. Due to 10 p.m. on a Monday, I have barely the energy and I've been in a lot of pain, so let's just go with this. So in those videos, it was more mentioning about how making friends through whatever platforms that you're using will help forge connections that can propel both of you upwards. Maybe they would share a post from you, maybe they would give you advice, they would engage on your post, and then that would show up to their followers, increasing your reach and just having more connections in that space that could somehow through serendipity land you a client or two. It just has a lot of decent network effects that I hadn't thought about before and I didn't think were significant or worthwhile enough to put any time investment towards them. But then when I saw it repeated once and twice and thrice, and then seeing the effects of it from other people that were growing, where I could see their posts and I could see who was commenting under it, and I thought, they probably talked before. They probably had some sort of friendship going on that made them interact and push X person's numbers so high up into the stratosphere. And so that became a part of my new plan moving forward of making new connections, new friends, seeing more opportunities and trying to be more of a community person, even though it isn't exactly natural to my instincts. So yes, networking is actually useful, but as the video said, it's not more so networking as it is just making friends, because you're not gonna engage with people that you don't like. You see a person whose posts look cool and you kind of make jokes and have fun and get to know them. But since this is relatively the start, I'm not gonna expect too much from it and I'll just keep doing it. I know that the videos lately are a little more unedited, but I just don't have much time recently with everything that's been going on, and especially not on Mondays. But I'll figure out a system for it in the future. And I hope this was helpful for however short or long that it was. And with that, bye.